All right. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just got confirmed as Trump's new Health and Human Services Secretary, and the Democrats are already losing their ever-hating collectivist minds. Another so-called controversial pick sails through, and legacy media is already spinning the narrative. Now, what's really going on here? Oh, we're going to get into it.
Yeah, sure. All right. Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right. I, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
I, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Secretary.
RFK Jr. is now an official part of the America First administration, and I see good things coming for him. Hey guys, it's me, Rich. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing a live stream tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern. Check us out because we have a lot of news to go over from this week. You'll be glad you did. All right. Now, let's talk about the meltdown happening in D.C. RFK Jr. has officially been confirmed as the head of the Department of Health and Human Services. He was sworn in. If you thought the left was going to take this one lightly, think again. They're losing it, screaming, foaming at the mouth. Because, well, RFK Jr. is their worst nightmare. He's the guy who questions the establishment narrative on health, science, and government corruption. The kind of guy who says things you're not supposed to say out loud in the swamp. But here's the thing. His confirmation was pretty close. I mean, the Senate confirmed him 52-48. Was that predictable? Sure. But it's still hilarious to watch. And guess who just had to make a scene? Mitch McConnell. Good old turtle. Because of course he did. At this point, it's like he's actively trying to get himself kicked out of the GOP. This is now the third Trump nominee he's voted against, including Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence and Pete Hegseth for Defense Secretary. Have the Democrats offered him a multi-million-dollar no-show job if the former Republican majority leader goes against Trump? I mean, the days of the fake news media using a rhino Republican who hates Trump to trash him on the air and other supporters because you think he's going to knock Trump out of the arena, I mean, those days are over, guys. That never worked anyway, but now people just don't even pay attention anymore. I mean, rhinos mean nothing. Rhinos mean almost as least as the fake news industry. Or it could be something even simpler. Because McConnell doesn't actually work for conservatives. He works for the swamp. Republican Majority Leader John Thune came out swinging, though, making it clear that RFK Jr. is there to clean house at HHS. Let's be real. That agency desperately needs it, especially after the Biden years. Thune said, quote, President Trump has tapped Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the charge in making America healthy again. He promises to make HHS a collaborative, transparent, and science-driven agency under his leadership. Translation, accountability is coming back. No more lockdown-obsessed bureaucrats running public health like a political racket. No more making American citizens slaves to a World Health Organization that wants to lock us down. Did you know that the World Health Organization gave out guidelines for the world under Biden where they cut the world up into regions? For example, North America would be a region that was consisting of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. And so they had said in their treaty that they would make recommendations as to when pandemics came out and that the region had the right to refuse to accept the guidelines, like telling you that you should mask up, do the stupid 6 feet that they pulled out of their asses, and lock down your houses and lock down your businesses and destroy the economy again. But Did you know that Joe Biden sent Secretary of State Antony Blinken, that criminal, over to one of the summits for the WHO for this thing in Europe, and he added an amendment that said that the regions would no longer be able to refuse or dismiss the orders of the WHO. Who would do that to the American people? So what we had was an American president that gave up our sovereignty to a non-elected foreign organization that helped the Communist Chinese Party lie about COVID-19, and by a man who runs the WHO, who's not even a doctor, and who is famous for screwing up an Ebola outbreak in Ethiopia. I mean, thank God Trump was elected and RFK Jr. got through, because all of that corruption and totalitarian nonsense just goes away. By the way, Thune wasn't done. He called out HHS directly, saying, quote, "Our public health agencies do critical work, and I'm a supporter of their research, and I'm proud of the contributions they make to American leadership and medicine and innovation." I mean, that's the polite way of saying, you guys really need to get your shit together. He ended it by saying, "But if we're going to make America healthy again, the agencies doing this important work have to rebuild some trust with Americans." Gee, you think? Our medical community lost all credibility when they went with the Biden regime's totalitarian itinerary for setting up the Great Reset with lockdowns and failing businesses across the country. Now, to be fair, there were many medical people who were honest and were trying to give important medical information to the American people about the pandemic. But the totalitarian Biden regime had them censored by using fascist tactics of the government, forcing private social media companies to restrict any information said doctors were able to provide to the American people. So that information never got out to the public. Again, what kind of a president would do that to his own people? After the Biden years, rebuilding trust is the understatement of the century. These agencies have been caught pushing questionable policies, stifling debate, and treating actual science like a political weapon. Meanwhile, the media's reaction to RFK Jr.'s confirmation is exactly what you'd expect. The Washington Post, the place full of darkness where democracy goes to die, immediately put out this gem of a headline. RFK Jr. confirmed, elevating anti-vaccine activist to nation's top health post. Ah, yes, the classic smears. This was the same disgusting rag that waited a whole 19 minutes after Trump was inaugurated in 2017 to come out with a headline pitching for his impeachment, saying, "The campaign to impeach President Trump has begun." I mean, look at the timestamp, 12/19. So the WaPo and all the other usual suspects in the fake news industry keep calling RFK Jr. an anti-vax guy. Except here's the problem. RFK Jr. isn't anti-vaccine. He has said repeatedly that he is not anti-vaccine. But the facts never get in the way of a good hit piece by the fake news, do they? All right, give it a watch.
Before I conclude, I want to make sure the committee is clear about a few things. News reports have claimed that I'm anti-vaccine or anti-industry. I am neither. I am pro-safety.
You always have a lunatic in the back.
We'll have order. Please proceed, Mr. Kennedy.
I am pro-safety. I worked for years to raise awareness about the mercury and toxic chemicals in fish, and nobody called me anti-fish. And I believe that that vaccines play a critical role in healthcare. All of my kids are vaccinated. I've written many books on vaccines. My first book in 2014.
I mean, think about it, guys. Does he need to be any more clear? He's not anti-vaccine. But that was the first headline that the WaPo could think of. All right, so you may be thinking, this is all well and good, but you know what? This is just the beginning. Trump's cabinet is getting confirmed one by one, and the left has no idea what they can do about it. The Senate just confirmed Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence, and Kash Patel's FBI nomination is already moving forward. I think the final vote on the entire Senate will happen on Tuesday. Translation, the deep state is on life support. And the best part, the resistance Twitter accounts are having a total meltdown. Somewhere out there, 100 blue check liberals are smashing their keyboards in all caps, trying to cope with the reality that their nightmare is just beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Trump is remaking the government in real time. We're here to watch it unfold. And something tells me this is just the beginning of a wonderful 4 years. And after all that we've been through, America, we deserve it. All right. Thanks for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with everything happening in Trump's new administration. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors. We're sick to cover-ups. We're sick of the cover-ups. Want the truth and nothing more. The fair spender is dead. The jig is up. No more drinking the